Ziegler Performance Group in Dallas, Texas. It is key to success and growth is being comfortable with being uncomfortable. Take it away, Ada.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Ringo, I listened to this podcast, 593. And when I listened to this podcast, that's when the light bulb went on afterwards. The goal is not to grow the chapter, but the goal is success. And growth is just a tool. So in this podcast, Dr. Meisner, they're talking about, there's this chapter that has over 70 members in it. And when we have high numbers, we're like, wow, that chapter is really doing it. So they did this example. Will all the trades in the room please stand?
Trades.
Wow. Thank you. Will all the health and wellness in the chapter please stand? Health and wellness. So the trades are like, wow, we're going to renew because we're always getting business. And then you saw that there were only 3 who stood for health and wellness. So the podcast also shares that we should begin to look at the contact spheres in your group. Trades are killing it. But when we look at the other professionals, and we wonder sometimes why people leave our chapters, it's because it's not balanced. There's not an equal opportunity for success. So a lot of times, instead of looking at hitting that number, what was that? We have 49 members, you have 49 members. So instead of looking at hitting that number, we also look at a balancing act. We look at helping the other professionals grow. And so they went to visit another chapter, and I think this chapter had 31 people in it. They were comfortable. It was a chapter they didn't want to grow anymore. So the president stated, Rebecca, we're not going to do business open house because we're content with where we are. But they also realized that we don't want to grow because we have a lot of trades here. But then for health and wellness, you're saying to those members, we're not concerned about your success. We're just concerned about the trade success. So the moral of that podcast is they continue to use this term, equal opportunity for success. So they're encouraging chapters, not just focus in on, let's get to 60, let's get to 55, but let's get to health and wellness and making that 15 people. Our finance, making that 15 people. So it could be a balancing act so that everybody has an opportunity to succeed. Lost my train of thought there. When's your business open house?
May 14th.
May 14th. So, who are some of the people I saw on your roster? What do you guys call your roster?
Inspire.
Of course. So, looking on the bottom of this roster, are these the people that we are inviting to open house? So I feel comfortable with you, Michael. How are you inviting? What are you doing to invite those people to open house?
So the main thing what I would do is, it's really the podcast 541, the interview process. And so when I invite, I try to do it 2-3 weeks in advance because people, they fill up their calendars. And so tell them I meet on a regular basis with a bunch of successful business people. Don't know if it's a good fit for you. However, we have this coming up, and it's, you know, the grit method, for the most part. I don't do it word for word. But just give them advance notice and what we're really looking for. And as the growth coordinator, it can be frustrating when what we have up there isn't who we invite. However, we're a little bit spoiled because we've been putting some new people in. But I think the main thing for me is give them 3 or 4 weeks notice, because people's calendars fill up. And then each week, send a text to remind them of that date, and that you're going to have them registered, so that there's some accountability there.
Cool, cool. And I'm definitely drinking the Kool-Aid of B&I. I've owned my company for 17 years. Currently, we only have 23 employees, and we're growing out there on Treasure Island. But if it was not for B&I never would. I walked into B&I with only 2 clients, and I guess you guys are tired of me hearing this story, but it's just truthful. I was sitting up at my favorite bar, Berg's, minding my own business while I was doing my Jaeger bomb shots. I had gotten passed over for a promotion, and I started a cleaning company because I have OCD, and I'm structured and I'm organized. And fast forward at 17 years, there were people on the success team who helped me grow. And listening to B&I University, there are so many podcasts on there. But in podcast 593, what I'm making reference to, they state that there are some seats, they're never gonna leave B&I, because they're content, because they're getting all the money and all the business. But we as members of the success team, and we ask the question, how many of you want to see everybody in your chapter succeed? So you unanimously always raise your hand. But to focus on, not your numbers, but focus in on the individuals. Doctor, what would be a great person in the seat to invite in the chapter to help your business grow and you get referrals more?
A holistic primary care physician.
Primary care physician. Okay. Who is my other health and wellness person who?
Rebecca.
Rebecca. What would be great for you to help balance out?
The front desk or receptionist person or the referral person at a medium-sized medical group.
Okay. Cool. Who's speaking next week? Who are the 2 people?
Morgan.
Can you guys stand who are speaking next week? Woo!
Yeah!
So it's always a good idea, like the week before or 2 weeks before, to ask, who would you like for your success referral partners to invite next week to help your business grow?
A contractor, a building contractor, property managers, anybody who needs plumbing.
Anybody who needs plumbing. Who would you like your success referral partners to invite next week to help you?
I would love if every single person here that lives in an HOA invites their HOA president. Or I would all, thank you. Yes. Or a decision maker or business owner that is located in a strip mall.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you. So they stated it would be a good idea every week that if we would have the people who are presenting, for them to stand. We can sing together, but we can't talk together. So thank you so much for the respect. If we would have members stand each week and just ask them what would be a great referral to them, and we as members work on inviting those people. And remember, the goal is not growth, the goal is success, and growth is just a tool to get there. Happy Thursday.